All right, class, sorry about that. For some reason, my last video froze in the middle of me teaching, so we're going to have to do a part 2 today. Okay, so 6 times 7. Now, I could break the 7 apart into friendly numbers like 5 and 2, but I actually already know what 3 times 7 is, so I could break the 6 into 2 3s, because 3 plus 3 equals 6, right? Because if I go up here, 7 times 3 equals 21. Well, the commutative property says that also 3 times 7 will equal 21. So let's do 3 times 7 plus 3 times 7. Well, I know 3 times 7 is 21, so that means I need to do 21 plus 21. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, so that tells me 6 times 7 equals 42. Notice how I'm figuring out which strategy is going to work best based on each problem. I'm also learning or using information that I've already solved in previous problems to help me. All right, 7 times 10. Well, you could do the tens trick, which we have talked about before, which means any number times 10, you're just going to add a 0 behind it. You could also skip count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Or you can say 7 times 10 is 7 plus a 0. 7 times 2. Well, I know that any number times 2 is that number doubled. So 7 plus 7, 14. 7 times 3. Didn't we solve this? Let's look. Boom. 7 times 3 equals 21. 6 times 7. Didn't we solve this? Yep, right there. 42. So you want to make sure that you solve your problems correctly the first time if you're going to use them to help you in the future. 9 times 7. Did we do 9 times 7? We did, right here, 63. 8 times 7. Oh, we have not done that. Nope. What's half of 8, though? 4. Do we know what 4 times 7 is? Did we solve 4 times 7 up here? We did. 4 times 7 is 28. So technically I could do 4 times 7 plus 4 times 7. So it'd be 28 plus 28. See how the distributive property is helpful? So that tells you that 8 times 7 is 56. 1 times 7, any number times 1 equals that number. 4 times 7, we just learned from the top of our page, is 28. All right, let's look at this word problem. Anders makes 7 fruit cups. He puts 2 green grapes, 2 red grapes, and 2 black grapes in each fruit cup. How many grapes does Anders use for the fruit cups? First thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a picture. I'm going to go down here because I don't want to draw it on my line. That's for my answer. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my 7 fruit cups, okay? He puts 2 green grapes in each fruit cup. Okay. Green, 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 green. 2 red grapes. RR, RR, I'm going to have to write smaller. RR, 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 and RR. And 2 black grapes in each cup. BB. You could just draw your circles for your grapes in here, but I just thought this might be helpful. All right. How many grapes does Anders use for the fruit cups? Okay, well, now that you have all the grapes in one cup, how many's in each cup? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are in each cup. Okay, so that means I have 7 groups of 6, correct? Okay, do I know what 7 times 6 is? Well, I know what 6 times 7 is. And I know the community property says that it's the same as 7 times 6. So I've already got my answer of 42. 42 what? How many grapes? 42 grapes. However, I still drew my picture to show my work. Okay, that's what good mathematicians do. All right, grab page 217. Let's keep going. Okay, we have a chart here on the right. This table is titled Rusty's Care. We have a section for, food, water, and bath. All right, so for food, he gets 3 cups a day. For water, he gets 4 cups a day, and bath is 2 times a month. All right, so Lori has a dog named Rusty. How many baths will Rusty have in 7 months? Okay, so he has 2 times a month. Okay, so twice a month for 7 months. So that means there's 7 months or 7 groups with 2 in each, correct? Okay, so 7 times 2. Any number times 2 is that number doubled. So 7 plus 7 is 14. So that means that in 7 months he will have 14 baths. Do not forget your label. How many more cups of water than food will Rusty get in 1 week? How many more? Those are subtraction clue words. Than, another subtraction clue word. Okay, so first we need to solve how many cups of water in 1 week, how many cups of food. All right, so water is 4 cups a day. How many days are in a week? 7, good. So I have 7 days with 4 cups each day, right? And this is for water. And I know that 7 times 2 is 14, which I can double a 2's fact to get a 4's fact. So 14 plus 14 is 28. Okay, so there's 28 cups of water. Okay. Now I need to find out the food. So there's 7 days in a week, and he gets 3 cups a day. What's 7 times 3? Well, 7 times 2 is 14, plus 7 more would be 21. All right, so I've got water and I've got food, and it says how many more. So I know I am subtracting. 8 minus 1 is 7. 2 minus 2 is 0. So I know he will get 7 more cups of water. Okay? All right. Tim's dog, Midnight, eats 28 cups of food in a week. Midnight eats the same amount each day. In 1 day, how many more cups of food will Midnight eat than Rusty? All right, so 28 cups of food in a week. Same amount each day. How many more? That means I'm going to subtract. Okay. So, in 1 day, I know that Rusty eats 3 cups of food, right? So I don't need to solve for that. But I need to know in 1 day how much Midnight eats, right? Okay. So I know that in a week he eats 28 cups of food. So a week is 7 days times, I don't know how many in each day, but it's going to total 28. Do you see where I got this information? 7 days in the week. I don't know how many cups a day, but it's going to equal 28. So I need to figure out what times 7 equals 28. If I look up here to previous work, I see that 7 times 4 equals 28. Okay, so I know that Midnight eats 4 cups of food a day. And Rusty eats 3 cups of food, because it tells me on the chart 3 cups of food a day. Midnight eats 1 more cup than Rusty, because 4 minus 3 is 1. Again, if you need more time to write, just pause the video. Jose walks his dog 10 miles every week. How many miles do they walk in 7 weeks? So that means 7 weeks. How many miles in each week is 10? So 7 groups of 10. So you could do your tens trick, or you could skip count by 10. Either way, you know 7 times 10 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And 70. And look for your label. How many miles? 70 miles. All right. Dave takes Zoe, his dog, for a 3-mile walk twice a day. How many miles do they walk in 1 week? Okay, well, first of all, how many miles do they walk in 1 day? If they have a 3-mile walk 2 times a day, what's 3 times 2? 6. Very good. So that means they walk 6 miles in 1 day. All right, how many days are in a week? 7. So 7 days, and each day they walk 6 miles. What's 7 times 6? Well, I know 7 times 3 is 21, and if I add that up, that'll be like 7 times 6. So 2 and 4. So 7 times 6 is 42. So that means that they walk 42 miles in a week. Aaliyah arranges some playing cards in 7 equal rows with 7 cards in each row. How many cards does Aaliyah arrange? So she has 7 rows of 7. Okay, well, why don't we do 2 and 5? So we can do 7 times 2 plus 7 times 5. We know this is 14. We know this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then we just add those up. I'm going to go off to the side. Okay. So 14 plus 35 is 49. So that means that 7 times 7 is 49. How many cards? 49 cards. Okay. All right. Last page. Flip it over. We have a table with recommended daily servings. You have your food groups and the servings. Summarize. To help you stay healthy, you should eat a balanced diet and exercise every day. The table shows the recommended daily servings for 3rd graders. You should eat the right amounts of the food groups. Suppose you want to share with your friends what you learned about healthy eating. How could you summarize what you learned? When you summarize, you restate the most important information in a shorter way to help you understand what you have read. Okay, here we go. To stay healthy, you should eat a balanced, what's it say? You should eat a balanced diet you should eat a balanced diet and exercise every day. Tells you right here. Boom, boom, word for word. A third grader should eat 3 cups of blank, such as milk and cheese a day. Looking for 3 cups. Boom. Dairy. 3 cups of dairy products. A third grader should eat blank of vegetables and fruits a day. Find vegetables, find fruits. So vegetables and fruits. So 2 cups of vegetables, 1 cup of fruit. 2 plus 1 would be 3. So they should eat 3 cups of vegetables and fruits each day. How many cups of vegetables and fruits should a third grader eat in 1 week? Well, remember 1 week equals 7 days. So 7 days times 3 cups a day. What's 7 times 3? 21. Very good. So they should eat 21 cups of fruit, vegetables, and fruit in a week. A third grader should eat blank of whole grains, such as bread and cereal, each day. Whole grains. 6 ounces. And lastly, how many ounces of whole grains should a third grader eat in 1 week? Well, 1 week has 7 days, so 7 days times 6 ounces each day. Remember, 7 times 3 is 21. 3 doubled is 6, so you should be able to add up 21 plus 21, 2, 4, to get 42. So 42 ounces. All right. Have fun working on your 7.